Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a bit of an update video on the whole KickTV Invitational Tournament. To those of you guys who don't really know what I'm talking about, I'd recommend that you go and watch the first video I did. It's an introduction to the entire tournament, and just go and watch that first before you watch this one. It'll make a little bit more sense, but to anyone who's kind of following the entire thing, you probably know a lot of the groups, but I'll just run through them and kind of my thoughts on them, thoughts on certain players, things like that. So I got Group C. Group C is my group. Yeah, go Group C. And I'll just quickly name off who's in my group. So I've got Fangbanger, AirJapes, R9 Rye or Danny, and myself, Cal Freezy. And yeah, so this team, I don't want to say team because we're not a team, but this group is kind of like the group of death, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, every group has good players and maybe some more dominant players and things, but I feel as though the group I'm in, there are some really, you know, tough players. So you got Fangbanger. To anyone who doesn't know Fangbanger, Fangbanger is a girl who plays FIFA. She also streams it quite a lot, so if you don't know who she is, the links to everyone in my group will be in the description if you haven't heard of them before, but you guys probably all heard of AirJapes, and AirJapes is quite a favorite for the entire tournament. I know that I've played AirJapes several times. I've beaten him a couple times, but often he does beat me, he tends to beat me. But I do think it's definitely, there's definitely a chance that I'll be able to at least grab 1 point off him. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Try and pick off at least a draw off him, because I know it's possible, and I feel as though, you know, I got to go in kind of feeling a little bit confident, because it's if you don't go in feeling good, then chances are you just go around the place and get battered. But yeah, so you got Fangbanger. Fangbanger actually beat KSI, and so although you guys might be like, oh my god, a girl's playing FIFA, insta win, it's not exactly like that. I mean, I have played her before, and I beat her before. It was on one of her live streams, but she also played KSI, and anyone who, you know, subscribes or watches KSI's videos, then you guys will know that he's actually a pretty good player, and she beat him. So with that being said, you know, those are two really good players off the bat. And then you have R9 Rye. Now, I played in the Machinima Cup, which is another tournament, a little less hyped than this, so you may have not heard of it. But R9 Rye is kind of like my arch enemy when it comes to tournaments. I've played in 2 other tournaments, and both times I've drawn R9 Rye in the early stages of it. And I'll tell you this, both times he's beaten me. But with that being said, he is the one guy, if out of any of these fixtures, he is the one guy I would absolutely love to get some points off, because I know it's possible. Every time I played him before, I felt as though I've been hard done by, and I'm very much a player that if I was outplayed and I was, you know, just straight up beaten, then I'm more than happy to admit it. But, you know, R9 Rye, he's got lucky a couple times, and he is my arch enemy. So when I go up against him, it's definitely going to be really tough, but I definitely feel as though I could hopefully grab some sort of points off him anyways. AirJapes, like I said, I'll be happy with the draw from him. He's very much the tournament favorite, so he's expected to do very well, and I just hope that I can grab a point off him. He's such a strong player, but I know it's possible, so, you know, shouldn't put myself down too much. Fangbanger, like I said, just, you know, strong player. Wouldn't say she was necessarily the favorite to come out of this group, but definitely someone you don't want to just piss around with, that's for sure. So as far as my goals for this, my group, which is Group C, I would absolutely love just making out of the group, so coming in the top 2, that would mean, that would just be fantastic. But I do know it's going to be a really, really tough, you know, sort of fixtures, because I know R9 Rye and Japes are going to give me one hell of a game, and I know Fangbanger will definitely give me a run for my money. So with that being said, I really hope I can get out of my group. That's going to be like the group, you know, my aim is not necessarily to come top. That would be fantastic, but just to get out of there. And I do appreciate all the support on any of the videos you guys see me playing in. Any of your support is really much appreciated, and it's honestly awesome. You know, I play a lot of career mode, so I'm determined to kind of show that career mode players are actually, you know, we're not just some offline noobs. So moving on, let's go on to Group A, I think it is. So in Group A, we have 388 Shane, Weepeeler, FIFA Tips HD, and Nepenthes. I kind of expect Nepenthes to walk that group, in all honesty. No disrespect to any other players. You got Weepeeler. Weepeeler's a good player. Shane is another player. I've actually never really seen him play, and that's the same with FIFA Tips. But I do expect Nepenthes to kind of, you know, you just waddle through that group pretty easily, so to come top. For Group B, you have Zerka HD, Jack54HD, KSI, and Gujon Daniel. That's actually a really interesting group. That's probably the group I'm quite glad I'm not in as well. Zerka, a very, very strong player. He's good, and I kind of expect him to come top of this. Top of that group. KSI, you guys have seen, I've played against him, I played with him, and he's an easy win. I'm just joking. He's a good player, but I feel as though Gujon Daniel should be able to take at least a point off him, if not 3. Jack54, or not Jack, sorry, Jack54HD. I played him, and there's actually a story. I actually played him on PS3, my very first PlayStation 3 game ever before, and I had, I think my team consisted of, it was like a 20k coin team, you know, a really cheap one, and Jack Attack's main console is PS3, and I went and I beat him 7-1. So I'm not really too sure what the deal is with Jack. Maybe he just had an off game, maybe his controller kind of broke halfway through, but it'll be interesting to see how he does in that group, and I'll be impressed if he manages to sweep through, you know, KSI, Gujon, and things, because they're all very strong players. Group C, obviously my group, and then finally Group D, you have Jack Attack 45, FIFA Raleigh, Rossi HD, and Chris Trout 91. All of those guys are awesome dudes, love them all. I do think Jack Attack 45 is at a bit of disadvantage. He's the one way over in the US, so there might be some lag issues, but hopefully that doesn't do too much. FIFA Raleigh is just a FIFA legend, man. That guy is just a real god, seriously. I have so much respect for him. I actually met him down in England. Really nice guy. And just, he's the reason why there is a FIFA community sort of thing. He's been doing it for a long time, and his skills, and he's just an amazing player. And I definitely think he'll be providing the most entertaining gameplay out of anyone in this tournament. Rossi HD, I don't really know how he plays, or if he's any good or not. I know he plays quite a bit of Virgin Gaming, so I'd imagine he's pretty good. Chris Trout 91, that lad banter, and yeah, I think he'll do pretty well. I think that's a very all-rounded group, so it'll be really interesting to see who comes out. I reckon some of the, you know, placings will definitely come down to goal difference in this group, because there's certainly players in there who are, you know, it's a very level group, so it could go any way. So I have no predictions for that group, but I hope you guys did all enjoy this video, and if you did, then leaving a like is much appreciated. And like I said, if you guys could leave support on any of the videos, it's much appreciated. I would love to, you know, progress through to the next round, but you know, I gotta make sure my expectations are realistic, because I know that the other players in my group are very strong. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, then leaving a like is much appreciated. Until then, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye bye.